Hello students, today we will discuss the poem Daffodils by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So here in the first stanza, the poet was it is expressed that the poet was aimlessly traveling just like a cloud over the hills and valleys of the mountainous region of the Lake District in England. So he was wandering. He was wandering aimlessly like a cloud, and this word cloud is it has a metaphor, which is the metaphor is of the boat that is in the next line. You see that floats on high over vales and hills. That is, the metaphor is what? It is a comparison between two different objects, and the first line only, the cloud's movements are compared to that of the movement of the boat. So what happened when he was roaming aimlessly? He at once saw a crowd, that is a group, a host of golden daffodils. They were the golden daffodils. Where were they? They were seen beside the lake, under the trees, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. That is, fluttering and dancing. These two words are personification, because fluttering and dancing are human qualities which is given to the daffodils. So these are the use of personification. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. So the daffodils were shining continuously. That is, they were in a group, they were as a crowd. They were twinkling like the stars twinkle in the Milky Way. So here, how were they continuous? How were they? The daffodils were just like the stars. The flowers are here compared to the stars. That is, it is a use of simile. And they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. So how were they doing? They had stretched in a never-ending line, and where were they? They were along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. The poet says that he saw 10,000 in one glance. That is, this line is a use of hyperbole, which is also a figure of speech, which means that hyperbole means it's an exaggerated idea by describing the 1,000 daffodils in one glance together. What were they doing? The daffodils were tossing their heads. They were moving in as if they were dancing lightly in the breeze. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. So that is, the daffodils, the waves beside the host of daffodils, beside the crowd of daffodils, were also dancing, but the daffodils were more attractive. They were outdoing the sparkling waves in ecstasy. In glee means in ecstasy. A poet could not but be gay. That is, a poet could not help but be in a very happy mood in such a jocund company. Jocund means cheerful company. Whose company? The daffodils' company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. So he continuously gazed at the daffodils, and he could not think that what wealth the view of the daffodils had brought. Now, what wealth had brought? In the next stanza it is clear. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So, in the last stanza, the poet says that whenever the poet lies down on his couch in a pensive mood, means in a thoughtful mood. And then what happens? The crowd, the host of daffodils come upon from his imagination, and which provides a blessing in his loneliness. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. And then what happens when the imagination of the daffodils come before his eye? It becomes a blessing. And then with that blessing, in the solitude, in the loneliness, his heart also is filled, and he becomes again happy, and his ideas, his thoughts again of the daffodils dances, his heart dances with the daffodils. So this is a very beautiful poem, and it has 4 stanzas, and the rhyme scheme here is A, B, A, B, C, C. And the use of figures of speech, as I discussed, is they are metaphor, simile, hyperbole, personification. That's thank you, students. All the best for the 10th 2020 exam.